Do you know what hurts the most? He said, his voice trembling but eyes shining with quiet determination. It's not when people laugh at your dreams, it's when you start believing them. That was the line that made millions stop scrolling. That was the moment his story began to unfold. The story of a boy who had nothing but one thing: the courage to think big. He was born in a small, crowded street of Hyderabad. His name was Aarav. His father ran a bicycle repair shop. His mother stitched clothes for neighbors. Every day, Aarav watched his parents come home exhausted, their hands roughened by work, but their hearts soft and full of love. Yet even in that warmth, there was something missing: dreams. His parents had long given up on the idea that life could be more than just survival. Aarav was different. When other children played cricket in the narrow lanes, he stood on the rooftop, staring at the sky, imagining airplanes, big cities, and skyscrapers. He didn't just dream of being successful. He dreamed of changing everything, for himself, for his parents, and for the people who believed small was all they could be. But every time he spoke of his dreams, people laughed. Ari Aarav, tu engineer banega? Tir pas fees be nahi hai. Beta, sak choti rako. Bade sapn dekni whale aksar gur jade hain. Every word was a nail in his heart, but instead of breaking him, it built him. He learned to stay silent, not because he agreed with them, but because he had decided to show them. School wasn't easy. His uniform was faded, his shoes torn, and he could barely afford books. But when teachers asked questions, he answered with fire in his eyes. He wasn't the smartest in the class, but he was the hungriest. He stayed after hours to use the old-school computer, learning from free tutorials, coding, and watching videos of entrepreneurs. One video changed his life. A man saying, "If your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough." That night, Aarav wrote in his notebook, "One day, I'll build something that makes the world notice my name." Years passed. He got a small job at a local internet cafe, earning just enough to support his family. But between customers, he kept learning: business, design, programming, marketing. He was building something inside him, something nobody could see yet. Then one day, a customer forgot a pen drive. Aarav opened it to find designs of a startup project. His heart raced. He realized people were out there creating, not just working for others. That night, he couldn't sleep that he started drawing plans for his own app, a platform to connect small street vendors with customers online. He wanted to bring the world's attention to those who were always ignored. He spent every free hour working on it, often skipping meals. His mother begged him to rest, but he smiled and said, "Ma, ek din tum yes sab samaj aajayega." But dreams don't rise without storms. The cafe owner caught him using the shop's computer for personal work and fired him on the spot. Aarav walked home that day under the burning sun, his heart heavy, his dream feeling shattered. People who once mocked him now pitied him. "We told you. Thinking big brings nothing but pain," someone whispered as he passed by. That night, he sat alone, staring at the sky again. He could give up, or he could rise. That he chose the latter. He sold his old phone to buy a second-hand laptop. He started freelancing online, learning how to pitch, how to design, and how to fail. For every rejection email, he told himself, "I'm one yes closer." Slowly, he earned small gigs, saving every rupee. Then one day, after 2 years of sleepless nights and relentless faith, his app went live. The IT didn't explode overnight. No fame, no investors. But one local newspaper featured his story. Young man builds tech bridge for small vendors. That single article changed everything. Calls poured in. People wanted to collaborate, support, invest. His dream, once laughed at, was now inspiring thousands. And when the first investor meeting came, he wore his only ironed shirt, trembling hands holding his presentation. When they asked, "Why should we believe in you?" he looked them in the eyes and said, "Because I've lived the life I'm trying to change." 5 years later, Aarav stood on a grand stage, the founder of one of the fastest growing startups in South Asia. The same boy who once fixed old computers was now giving jobs to hundreds. Cameras flashed, crowds cheered. But when he spoke, his voice was the same: calm, humble, full of fire. "You see," he said, "people told me thinking big was dangerous. They were right. It's dangerous because it destroys your limits. It makes you uncomfortable. It makes you question everything. But that's where the magic happens. Small thinking creates safety. Big thinking creates change. He paused, looking straight into the camera, the same way he did in that first viral clip, eyes burning with truth. So if you're watching this, he said, his voice breaking slightly, and you've been told you're dreaming too big, don't shrink your vision to fit their world. Expand your world to fit your vision. Because I promise you, the power of thinking big doesn't just change your life. It changes everyone who once doubted you. The crowd erupted in applause, and somewhere, in a small lane of Hyderabad, his parents watched their son on TV, eyes full of tears, hearts full of pride, because their boy thought big. Would you like me to write a description, hashtags, and YouTube keywords for this story, optimized for emotional and motivational storytelling?